A very good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Dr. Pallavi Mittal. Today we are going to discuss a plant tissue culture technique that is known as the micropropagation. As the name indicated, micro means a very small plant part and propagation, multiplication. So when we are going to multiply the plants from a very small plant part, that technique is known as the micropropagation. As the definition written here, micropropagation is the artificial process of producing plants vegetatively. No sexual reproduction is here. Again, I am repeating, artificial process of producing plants vegetatively using modern plant tissue culture method. This technique is known as the micropropagation. Before going to be detailed about the topic, I would like to discuss few terms. As one of this is aseptic. What is the meaning of word aseptic? Aseptic means free from microorganism. The second term is explant. Explant means the part of the plant which we are going to use for in vitro tissue culture technique. Now next one is, what is in vitro? In vitro means in glass, or you can say the artificial environment. And next term is totipotency. Toti means total, potency means potential. Every single cell of the plant has the ability to regenerate into a complete plant, and this phenomena is known as the totipotency. Micropropagation is also known as tissue culture technique, mass propagation, in vitro culture, cloning, and in vitro clonal propagation. Now, why it is known as the clonal propagation? As we all know, clone means genetically identical individuals. Clone means genetically identical individual. So here, clonal propagation means when we are going to multiply the plant in a Xerox manner, in a photocopied manner. That phenomena is known as the clonal propagation, or you can say the micropropagation. So there are the two major advantages. Please note down the point. Micropropagation is mainly used for multiply novel plants. Multiply means mass multiplication. And what is the meaning of word novel? Novel means new. So we can generate the plant, we can generate the novel plants either with the help of the genetic modification or with the help of the plant breeding. Once we have generated the novel plants, we can multiply the plant with the help of the micropropagation. And the second advantage, second use of micropropagation is the Xerox copied manner. Okay, so 2 points you have to note down. Micropropagation is used for the mass multiplication and for Xerox copy of the plant. This is the schematic representation of micropropagation. Here you can see we have taken the leaf cells. These leaf cells now going to work as an explant, and from this explant here you can see the induction of shoots and then induction of roots with the help of the hormone. These hormone we are going to add in the medium. With the help of these hormones, shoot and roots are going to be induced, and finally we are going to get the complete plant. So from the explant to the plant is known as the micropropagation. Micropropagation has various stages. Stage 0 named as preparative stage. As written here, preparative means preparation of anything. So here we are going to prepare the mother plant for the selection of the explant. The stage 1 is initiation of callus, or you can say the shoot induction. Stage 2 means multiplication of propagules. Stage 3 is the rooting of the shoots, and the last stage is known as the hardening or weaning or acclimatization. You can understand like this. Once the newborn baby is in our environment, first we are going to have that baby on the mother milk diet and then liquid diet, and finally we are going to give the solid diet. Here we are going to produce the plant artificially in the lab. So we cannot directly take the plant from the in vitro condition to the environmental condition. We have to acclimatize the plant just like the baby weaning. In the lab, then in the greenhouse, and then finally into the field. That's why this stage is known as the acclimatization or hardening or transfer to the field. Now the advantages of micropropagation. As we discussed earlier also, mass propagation, multiplication in controlled lab condition, continuous propagation, disease-free plant, inexpensive per plant once established. What is the meaning of this advantage? Once we have established the protocol, the production is going to have in a mass, and that time we are going to get plant inexpensive. If you are talking about the disadvantages, they are very less. One of this is specialized equipment required, technical expertise required, and sometimes designing of the protocol, optimization of the protocol is difficult for some species. This is the theory part about the micropropagation. What is the micropropagation? What are the major advantages of the micropropagation? And what are the stages during the micropropagation? And on the basis of this theory part, I have designed a small activity. This activity is going to have the two questions. First one is that tissue culture uses a small piece of tissue. Tissue culture uses a small piece of tissue from a mother plant to grow many new copies. To grow, underline this word, to grow many new copies of the original plant. What is the term used to refer to this small piece of tissue? Whether it is tissue or cell or organ or explant. I think you can give answer very well. The second question is, what is a sterile environment? Again, you can answer this question. If you have any doubt regarding this theory part, you can ask me. Now come to the practical part of the micropropagation. Today we are going to multiply. Today we are going to culture the mentha in the lab, and this is the protocol here, and I will demonstrate you after this. First step is media preparation. The second one is the selection of explant. And this I am going to tell in the lab. Explant means we can take the leaf section also, we can take the node section, we can take the internode part or any axillary part or shoot tip. When we are going to lab, then I will tell you what part we are going to select as explant. Once we have selected the explant, we are going to sterilize those explant with the help of the sterilizing agent, as we have taken these plant from the environment, and there are so many microorganisms present on the surface of these plants, so it is very necessary to sterilize the surface. That's why this step is known as the surface sterilization, and generally we are using the sodium hypochlorite, and time we are using 3 to 4 minutes, and after sterilization we are going to wash with the help of the autoclave distilled water. It may be twice or thrice, but generally we are using twice. And after washing, we are going to culture the explant which we have selected on the suitable medium. And after that, we are going to, after inoculation, we are going to incubate. Welcome to the plant tissue culture lab. Today we are going to learn how we are going to culture the mentha. These are the mentha plants which we have taken from the outside, from the environment. As you can see here, these are the leaf, and this is the internode section, and this is the nodal section, and this is the shoot tip. Today we are going to learn how we are going to culture the node section. As we know, the node part is going to have the axillary tissue, or we can say the meristematic tissue. So today we are going to culture the node part of the mentha. Okay, now we are moving to the LF. Before moving, we have to remove our shoes. This is the complete plant tissue culture setup for micropropagation. This is LAF, this is sodium hypochlorite sterilizing agent, this is autoclave distilled water, and before starting any work, we have to sterilize our hands, we have to wipe our hands with the help of the either alcohol or the spirit. And take care about the flame, because we are using the spirit or alcohol. As I have shown earlier, these are mentha, and we are going to sterilize these mentha with the help of the sterilizing agent. This is sodium hypochlorite, as you can see here, 1% sodium hypochlorite. We are going to shake it nearly about 3 to 4 minutes. If you are getting more contamination, you can add clean 80 also. After 4 minutes, we are going to decant out the sterilizing agent. And then we are going to wash with autoclave distilled water. This washing we are going to do twice. Once we have sterilized the tissues to the, we clean the shell before starting the further work. Now these are the sterilized culture. Now finally we are going to prepare the explant. The forceps and this is the scalpel. We have already sterilized these two with the help of the flame sterilization method. Now we are going to cut the sections and remove the extra tissue. As you can see here, this is the nodal part. As you can see here, this is the nodal part we have prepared, and this is now we are going to use as a explant. Going to inoculate the prepared explant . Like this. Now we are moving to the incubation room. This is the incubation rack where the temperature, light is controlled with the help of these control panels. We can set the time, we can set the temperature. With the help of these, we can set all the things what we want, and we can put these test tube under the 16-hour light and 8 hours dark. Now after 4 to 5 days, we are going to check what result we are getting. Thank you.